Hi there, and welcome to this mini training on finding your niche. So in this training, I want to give you some hints and tips to help you to find a niche. And the purpose of that is to make your business marketable. So a lot of times when people go into holistic nutrition or nutrition coaching, etc., they go into it with the idea of helping people prevent disease, or they see themselves helping people with a whole bunch of different problems and issues. And while that makes sense in terms of your passion for nutrition and health, it doesn't always translate into something that is marketable. And your business needs to be marketable so that people can actually find you and understand what you do. One of the things to remember is that prevention doesn't really sell. When people don't have an active problem that they're struggling with, they're not likely to invest time and money in solving a problem that they don't have, right? So it's only the people who are super passionate about health, like people like you and me, that are interested in prevention and will, learn everything that we can to be healthy and actually invest time and money in that. So the general public, unfortunately, they don't really understand what a holistic nutritionist does or a health coach, and they are not likely to seek out your services for their health problem because they don't actually see that what they're eating, their diet and lifestyle, is causing that problem. They actually think that disease is like something that just happens to people and that they're a victim to it. So they're not going to go thinking, where can I go find somebody who can help me with this problem? They're like, because they've been programmed by this society and that we've all lived in, they're going to think that there's, the only solution to their problem is going to a medical doctor, and what's on the menu at a medical doctor office is a diagnosis, in either drugs or surgery, right? You don't get dietary and lifestyle information from a medical doctor. So unfortunately, when we don't niche ourselves, people don't actually get the service and the help that they can get because they don't recognize that what we offer can help them. So it's really, really important to niche into something that you can speak to, a specific problem that people are seeking. So people are seeking solutions for. So people are usually looking, in terms of when they're going to invest their money, they're looking for a problem to be solved, or they're looking for an experience to be had. So if you don't like the idea of focusing on a problem, a health problem, say you don't have a lot of personal experience yourself struggling with a health problem, so you don't feel passionate about any specific type of health problem, then what I recommend is actually looking at another way, create an experience for people. So create some sort of pleasurable experience around food and build your business around that, especially the area that you're passionate about, food. So there's that way. So you either go with creating an experience for people that is positive and pleasurable, especially in these days, right, where people, are so much on the internet and they're, losing that connection with, like, in daily life, with meeting with people and having this like virtual experience online with connection. We're getting tired of that. It's not fulfilling, and we're looking for real life experiences. So that's how you can actually niche something that's in the positive, that provides this awesome new experience for people that provides pleasure. But if you have yourself overcome a health issue, then that positions you perfectly to actually niche your business to solve a pain point, something that people are struggling with. Plus, you get to provide them with your personal experience, right? So people don't give that much credit to somebody to solve their problem when that person has never been in their shoes. So one of the great things about being a health practitioner and having had a health problem yourself is that and especially if it brought you to holistic nutrition or health coaching, there was a reason for that, right? Like, you didn't just go through that for no reason. It was probably actually part of your path moving forward so that you could do this work. So now you're perfectly positioned through experience, not just the knowledge that you learned in school, but the experience that you have personally healing yourself and that feeling of understanding what your client's going through. So it makes you the perfect person to help them. So niching doesn't just give you the ability to market your business in terms of like thinking about it as a business person or a business coach. I would be looking at your business and thinking, well, what kind of languaging would we need to use to get across to people what you offer so that they know it can help them? So I'm going to give you an example. So if you just put your business card out there as holistic nutritionist or health coach, again, people will just be like, they'll walk past that because they're not in their head, they're not thinking that the answer or solution to their problem is to work with a health coach or a holistic nutritionist, because actually the majority of people don't even know what that is. However, if you put a business card out there that actually says the problem that they have, so let's use bladder infections, for example. Are you suffering from a bladder infection? Or I would put the word chronic in there, right? Because it's usually the people who are got the chronic bladder infections, or say yeast infections, etc., that are looking for solutions for that, right? So you don't want your business card to say holistic nutrition. I mean, you can put your name on it and say holistic nutritionist, but that shouldn't be the emphasis of your business card. Your business card should emphasize the specific problem that you solve. So when somebody's walking past your business card on like a bulletin board or at a health food store, they actually see the problem you solve. If they happen to have that problem, it will catch their eye, right? And you want to work with people that have the problem that you solve. The other thing is not only that it doesn't make it marketable in terms of you can find the right language to communicate to find your ideal client can find you, but it allows you to create a program that you can use over and over again. If you try to do a general practice, you are going to spend your entire life making new handouts and researching and studying all these different problems that people have. And, it takes a long time to become an expert in even one health topic, never mind like multiple issues that people have and struggle with. So it allows you to create a program designed to solve that problem and then become an expert in that area and become really focused down. Now, surprisingly, most people have it like sort of a counterintuitive experience around niching. They think, well, if I niche down to solving one problem, that the idea is that you will miss out on all these people that you could possibly help. But if you don't niche, number one, they won't be able to find you or know that you even exist or what you do anyways. So there we go. That's not even an issue. But actually, it's counterintuitive. The more you niche down, the more what your offer becomes attractive to clients that actually need it. So you're actually going to have more clients by having a more narrow niche. So when it comes to choosing your niche, I really, really recommend that if you don't have a lot of experience and you just have a passion for health, but you don't have a lot of experience with health problems, then you go on the side of actually creating an exciting and positive and empowering and fun, pleasurable experience around food and build a business based on that for people. But if you've struggled with something yourself and you've overcome it, then I recommend that you would actually build your niche around that, because you're going to have the most credibility and the most experience and most confidence in that area. So I'll give you a little taste of my journey. So when I first got started as a holistic nutritionist, I was not interested in a niche either. And I saw myself being able to help everyone. And this is before I had knowledge of how business and marketing works. And of course, the life brings you experiences to help guide you on the path that you're meant to go. So for me, how I ended up niching my business down originally was my son had extreme eczema. So I wasn't actually having that personal problem, but as a mother, I had already gone through the experience of supporting my son to heal his body naturally of extreme eczema using the leaky gut diet. So I had, and of course for children, it's always going to be the mother that's got to do the work, right? To help them get healed. So I had the experience of being in a mother's shoes who had a child who had eczema, and my son's was quite extreme. So I understood all the emotional stuff that went along with it as well, and had the story and the experience and the confidence to help people. So, anybody who has leaky gut, that means that they're going to have experiences, negative impacts on their mood, their skin, and their digestive experience, their digestion and elimination, right? So having had that experience, it was just natural for me to transition to helping people with food sensitivities and skin issues. So I basically, and then my background was being a doula, and I, had 2 children, 2 home births, and was really into the holistic, not just natural health, but holistic birthing scene. So with that experience, I specialized in helping primarily mothers and young children with their digestive issues, food sensitivities specifically, and emphasizing skin in that particular niche because of that personal experience. So when I went to market my business, it was super easy. I could just focus on eczema, right? Or a skin issue. And people know when they have that problem, right? They're not like, this is service for me. They're like, I have this problem. And then I was able to go out in the community and tell my story of basically what led up to, basically what I did is I shared the circumstances that made my son susceptible to eczema. And then I shared the journey that I had as a mother. Like, it took me an entire year to finally do the leaky gut diet because I was in resistance to doing it. And then the story of how his body healed in like 2.5 weeks, literally, of this extreme eczema using this leaky gut diet. So I was able to market with a personal story. That is, that makes the biggest difference for people. It attracts them the most. It makes them feel connected to you. And then, if you're a good fit, they're going to want to work with you because of that story and your experience. And then later in life, in my mid 30s, I literally gained 20 pounds overnight. I was already had that after baby kind of overweight, but I was kind of accepting that, right? I was just like, oh, this is my new mom body. I'm no longer 125 pounds, no big deal. And then I gained another 20 pounds after that. So literally when I was 36 years old, I felt like I just woke up obese. And this was eating a whole foods diet. So then I had to figure out what the heck happened. How did a holistic nutritionist who is supposed to be an example of health in, her community is now suddenly obese, right? So there were so many things that, I went through emotionally, and, the futility of thinking, oh, I was already doing everything right. But everything had gone so wrong, right? And not realizing what was what had happened, right? And then I had to figure that out. And then I figured it out. And then I lost not just that weight that made me obese, but then I also lost that post-pregnancy weight that I had just carried around for almost 15 years and accepted. And then that became my new story and my new journey and my new passion, right? So, sometimes you start in one niche and then it moves to another. Your life journey will pull you that way. And it's never a waste, right? Because basically, everything that all of the knowledge that I gained working with the gut issues and the skin issues is basically how to heal inflammation in the body. And so, of course, everything starts in the gut, right? So people's weight loss issues are also due to inflammation. So it's not like everything I created for my past programs helping people with food sensitivities and gut issues all went to waste. No, it just pulled it over into the weight loss niche and help people to actually lose weight quickly by bringing inflammation down in the body, and then of course getting healthier in the process. And then I developed a program called the Delish Diet Deep Cleanse, which is based on all of my knowledge and experience as a gut health practitioner and a GAPS practitioner applied to weight loss. Because when you heal the gut and bring that inflammation down, everybody loses weight, right? And it's a weight that actually stays off because of the health benefits that happen from the cleanse. You actually reset your weight set point. So it's a great jumping off point for people. It's that in our society, everybody wants a quick fix. And it's like the only thing that you can do to get those quick results without harming your body and actually creating permanent health gains. So everything that I had done in the past all contributed to, that path moving forward. So for me, the best piece of advice that I can offer you around a niche is to really to recognize that building a business is not something that you're going to have overnight success with, and it takes time. So it needs to be something you're super passionate about. So make sure that you choose a niche, not just because you think it's lucrative, okay? Because there's, that's what a lot of people do as well. They think, oh, this is going to make money, right? This is what people want. So I'm going to, focus on that. If you don't have the passion behind it, it's not going to work, right? Because it doesn't happen overnight. And if you're looking for quick results, and it won't happen overnight, you're going to want to give up because you didn't have the passion there in the first place. So, people think of weight loss, for example, as a lucrative, niche within the health field, because obviously, you know, our society is super focused on body image and people want to lose weight all everywhere, right? Like people are always doing diets. So it sort of like makes sense. But if you don't have the passion for it, it won't work for you, right? Like you have to actually have the passion for it. And usually that passion comes out of personal experience and, you know, overcoming our own, you know, personal issues, and then feeling excited and passionate about helping others, right? Like, so really you shouldn't really go into a health field unless you truly care about people and you want to make a difference for them, because that's what's going to drive you to become successful. If you just want to make money, there's like, you know, other things to do, even in the health field, right? Like, so say your interest is health, but you don't have a passion for like people, then, you know, there's a lot of different things that you can do in the health field that, you know, you can express that interest, but you don't have to be coming from necessarily that place of like wanting to serve people at the individual level, right? Like, you know, making a food product or opening a restaurant or something like that can be, you know, something that's very lucrative, that's within your passion, and it's pretty much guaranteed to make money if you do it right. And you don't have to like have this like big story around it or personal experience or passion for helping people at the individual level. But if you are going into the health coaching or holistic nutrition fields and you're going to be working with people one-on-one, then you have to really, really, you know in your heart that this is like a passion of yours, that you really care, and that you're going to, you know, stick with it as long as it, you know, you need, like that you have to, right? Like permanently, like pick something that you don't ever want to give up, right? Because it's just, that's going to be the ideal niche for you. Something that you're so passionate about, you can never imagine ever getting bored or sick of that topic. And of course, you know, recognizing that along the way, your passions will evolve and it may take different forms. But yeah, that the beginning thing is that you have a real passion for the work and for helping people, because that's what's going to drive you to actually do what needs to get done to, you know, make your business successful, and what needs to get done to make it so that your service actually helps people, because it takes quite a bit of time and energy to design a program that gets people results, right? So you want to look at, you know, everything that your client would need to get results, and then you're going to provide that for them. So that's like, you're not making like, you know, a product that you're selling out there that people can hold in their hand, but you do have to design a package that includes a lot of different resources that support people to actually implement and get results. So that we refer to as a signature system. And then you can use that same system, of course, customized to the individual, but because it's designed around your niche, it's going to be relevant to every single client that comes after. So in the beginning, there, you know, takes a lot of work to get, you know, your business on its feet and to do all that background work to make sure that you have what your clients need to be successful. And you're only going to want to do that in one or two niches, you know, maybe three over your entire lifetime of your business. Because once you start building it, you'll realize just it requires a lot of work. So you have to have that passion that will motivate you to actually do that work. And if it's just money that you're looking for, then that's not, you know, the holistic health field of working one-on-one with clients is not your best bet, because it takes a long time to build that clientele. And you're going to want to stick with it for the long term to make it have it be worth your time. So I'm going to try to do a quick recap here. So you want to build your business, choosing a niche in one of two directions. So one is creating a positive and exciting, empowering experience for people. That is not about solving a problem necessarily, it's about providing pleasure. And then on the other side, it's identifying a problem that people want solved, being really clear in your marketing that that's the problem you solve. Ideally, it should be based off something you've personally gone through in your own life so that you have that credibility. So you have a story that you can use to actually market your business and get people connected to you. And to be really clear that helping people and working with people at the individual level is your passion, to build a health coaching or nutrition, holistic nutrition consulting type of business. You want to make sure that you have like your heart in the right place, that it's like about, you know, that passion for sharing and serving and helping people transform their lives. that comes out of like that deep knowing that this is your path in life. This is what you've been guided to do. And that's why you're here on the planet. Or if you don't have that sense, that deep sense of this is your mission in life, but you're interested in nutrition and health and all that kind of stuff, then, you know, choose a niche that provides something in the health arena, but not necessarily working with people one-on-one. So, you know, a restaurant, you know, maybe a food, maybe like a product that you bring to the market that's like a health food. You know, there's so many different things that you can do that are in the field that are already proven to be lucrative is what I'm trying to say there. Like already proven business models, right? Like selling food products, owning restaurants, meal delivery services, you know, being somebody's, you know, a cook, doing food pre-prep for people, etc. Those are parts of the industry that are already well recognized, and they're proven to be lucrative niches. Okay, so I hope that's helped you. If you are interested in learning more, I offer a business coaching program, and I will, it's over at nutritionwisdom.ca. And for those of you who are in that camp of being somebody who's super passionate and you know in your heart that this is what you're meant to do, and you're excited to put the work in and stick with it long term because you know that you came to this planet to do this work, then you're the perfect person to work with me, and I would love to support you. So I offer a free business coaching session at my website. And in that, we'll just discuss what you're struggling with and what you want to create moving forward. And then if we're a good fit to work together, then we can chat about how I can help you get your business on its feet fast. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.